Hello there, it's Andy Ewens from FormaServe once again. In this short how-to on IBM I video, we'll be taking a look at how to use the new Microsoft Windows Terminal WT to automatically connect to the IBM I for all your SSH shell work. Customize this great tool and make life easier for yourself. Let us start with what is Windows Terminal. Windows Terminal is a command line front end. It can run multiple terminal apps, including text-based shells in a multi-tabbed window. It has out-of-the-box support for Windows Command Prompt, Windows PowerShell, Windows Subsystem for Linux, WSL, and the Azure Cloud Shell Connector, as well as SSH. It provides UTF and UTF-16, including emoji support, color, transparency effects, background images, themes, full screen mode, split panes with mouse input, and customizable key bindings. These are just some of the great features in this new product. First thing we have to do is open up the Windows Store, which we can see here. We then go and search for Windows Terminal. Should be the first one on the list. Just do a search on that and we can see here Windows Terminal. So we click on that. We can see that I already have this installed, so I don't have to do anything further, so I'll come out of this now. But that's the product we want to use today. To start Windows Terminal, we type WT into the Windows search box or use the Windows Start menu. It's your choice. Let me bring Terminal onto the screen I'm recording. It's always handy. You can see here that it has opened a Windows PowerShell tab. If I press the plus sign, I get another tab window on PowerShell. It has opened PowerShell as I have that as my default command shell. If you haven't set this, it will open a good old CMD box, a DOS box. So we can see that Windows Terminal is a multi-tabbed, very handy utility. If we take the down arrow option, we get a drop down menu. Depending on what you have installed on your Windows will depend on the options here. I have PowerShell, as I previously said, and also a command prompt, WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux, and Azure PowerShell. This drop down menu is totally configurable. For example, if we want a connection to our IBM I, we can add that. We'll be doing that in a moment. Let us take a look at the settings. Microsoft has not added a UI user interface to maintain settings in WT. The settings are all held in a JSON file, where personally I find this a great way to maintain settings. Makes it so easy to save your settings or set up another Windows with the same settings. By taking the setting options or control comma, the settings will open in your default editor. As the settings are a JSON file, all JSON files on my PC open up with Visual Studio Code. The main part of the settings JSON file is the profile section, which starts here and goes right down to here. Profiles are the options we have in our drop down box. As I said, I have 4 profiles, which can be seen here. Number 1 PowerShell, number 2 the command DOS prompt, number 3 WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux, and number 4 Azure. The first part are the defaults which apply to all the profiles. We will add some settings here later. If we make any changes to our settings, they immediately take effect. If you make any mistakes in the settings, it will let you know. If you make a complete mess of the settings, just delete everything there, then restart Windows Terminal and it will create a new settings JSON file for you. Let us quickly add another profile. I have Git for Windows installed here and often use Git Bash. So let's see how easy it is to add that to our list of profiles. We will make this profile number 5. Let me explain. The GUID here is a unique reference. If you leave it out, Windows Terminal will assign one for you. Then the name to give it, where the program can be found, and lastly give the option an icon. Let us switch back to WT and take a look at our profiles. Yes, number 5 is now Git Bash. It's a bit dark for these old eyes, so let me change the theme for this. Themes that are built in can be found at the link on the screen. If you don't like any of those, you can create your own. I'm going to choose 1/2 light, and straight away we can see it has changed it. That's easier for me. So each tab can have its own colour theme. Very nice. That's how easy and quick it is to add a new option. Let's take it a stage further and add a menu option to start an SSH connection to our IBM I. Yeah, I thought that'd open your eyes. This option will use the Open SSH feature of Windows 10 to make a connection. If you don't have it installed, go to Windows Apps and Programs and take the optional features and install Open SSH Client. So back to our settings file, and I'll add my IBM I profile. A couple of things to note here. We make the GUID unique and we give it a name. The command line parameter is just SSH, the name of the user, the @ sign, then the name of your IBM I you are connecting to. This is just a standard SSH format to start a shell session. Next is the icon we use. We're going to use my company's one. Then a font name and size. I'm using Cascadia Code here, which was developed by Microsoft for the WT product. Don't worry too much about the size. I'll show you a quick tip at the end on this. This font uses font ligatures. I'll show you what they are in a mo. Then I'm changing a couple of the cursor attributes. Then I'm going to set the color scheme. Then a couple of parameters on the opaqueness of the session. Let me switch over to WT, go to the drop down, and here we can see our option number 6, our IBM I server. Let me take that option. It starts a shell session on our IFS. How cool is that? Why don't we add a logo to that session? We use the background image settings to achieve this. As it's an IBM I shell session, there is only one logo we can put here. Let me switch back to Windows Terminal, open up the new profile, number 6, and voila, that is neat. While we're here, I'll show you the font ligatures. It's a special character that combines 2 or sometimes 3 characters into a single character. For example, if I type equal equal, I'll get 2 equals. I get a 1 character representation. If I type 3 equal signs, I get equals equals equals. Behind the scenes it doesn't change. These are just for display purposes only. So behind the scenes here there are still 3 equal signs. If I type greater than equals, I get the greater than equals. Great for programmers. Now we know all about logos, why don't we put a logo on the command prompt? Back to VS Code and add the logo details for Windows. Then back to WT and take the command prompt. How about that? We can even use GIFs for logos. All very neat. Let us take a look at the global settings in our settings.json file. Here we can see the default session for Windows Terminal. If you only use SSH, make that the default and save yourself time. Another global setting I like is the option for not confirming of closing all windows. If we set the confirm close all tabs setting to false, it won't prompt us to close all. Let me add that. Then we give it a test. That looks better. If I comment it out and then go back, it asks for closure. So once again, your call. Just time for a couple of tips before we round things off. If the font you're working on looks a bit small at the end of the day, maybe, use the control and mouse wheel to increase or decrease the font size. And you can also adjust the opaqueness using the shift control and mouse wheel. We can have great fun with this. If we want more than one window showing at a time, we can use the Alt-Shift-D shortcut to split the window in two. And again, and again, and again. Handy maybe if we have Git in one window, Node server running in another, etc, etc. We can even move split windows using the Alt-Shift arrow keys. To close a split window, use Ctrl-Shift-W. Keyboard mapping may be changed if you don't like these keys set. And that wraps up the new Windows Terminal. We use it here all the time to access our IBM Eyes. I'm sure you'll find it useful too. A great tool. Thanks Microsoft. And that wraps up this quick video. Thank you for watching our how-to on IBM I video set. I hope you found them useful. Keep checking out our website learning.formaserve.co.uk and our YouTube channel. We regularly add new ones. Stay safe and we'll see you soon. Thank you.